I am on the line, Mom. Thank you so much. All right, team. Thank you for your patience on the introduction. We're actually in the same room right now. I'm coming in from Salt Lake City, Utah, and excited to be here. Okay, there we go. We're good to go. First of all, I want to welcome all of the brand new people that are on this webinar for the first time. Congratulations on your decision to start your USANA business and change other people's lives with this gift of USANA, because it truly is a gift. I'm pictured here with my wife, Crystal, and our dog, Tasia. We've been with USANA for over 11 years. USANA has been the best financial decision, the best health decision I've ever made. It's completely changed every aspect of our lives. And not only that, but our parents, you saw my mom introduce me. My parents have been with USANA also this 11 years, and it's just such a tremendous gift that we have here. And so I'm very excited for the brand new people and want to welcome everybody as well to the webinar who's on every week. So I want to start before we get into the training by reminding you of our team DMO. And if you're taking notes, write this down. If you do these 3 things, you're going to be successful every single day. These are the 3 things that your business is built on. They're very simple. Anybody can do them no matter how busy you are. Number 1, use the products every day, AM and PM. You have to be a product of the product. Number 2, do your 2 for the day. That's 2 new prospecting conversations, 2 follow-ups with existing prospects on the fence, and 2 calls to existing team members or clients. And anybody can do that within the nooks and crannies of their day. And then the third thing is 15 minutes of personal development material each day, listening to audios, reading books, or being on webinars. And I say 15 minutes minimum on maybe a busy day. On a normal day, I like to get an hour of personal development in, but personal development is really the engine behind your business. It's the thing that will keep you going when you feel like down and out or you get frustrated, because we all get frustrated. But when we're doing personal development, we're able to keep our eye on the prize, and we're also able to develop new skills, get new perspectives. It's absolutely critical that you do personal development daily. So those are the 3 things. If you do those 3 things every day, you're going to be successful. Now, we're going to recognize the people who've been doing the DMO. You can tell because they're signing people up. So let's go ahead and do some recognition right now. First of all, I want to welcome our new clients that have just started with the team. I want to welcome Carol Craig, new client introduced by Melita Sheets. Way to go, Melita. And welcome, Carol. I want to welcome Stephanie Solis, new client introduced by myself and my wife, Crystal. Welcome, Stephanie. I want to welcome Marisela Flores Ochoa, new client introduced by Byron and Carmen Olaya. Welcome, Marisela. I want to welcome Skylar Pesane, Skylar Pesane, new client introduced by Sally Pesane. Way to go, Sally. New enrollment. I'm really proud of you. I want to welcome Joseph Huvman Rodriguez, new client introduced by Byron and Carmen Olaya. Welcome, Joseph, and way to go, Byron and Carmen, 2 this week. Welcome, Marnie Reyes Garcia, new client introduced by Renee and Megan Martinez. Way to go, Renee and Megan. Welcome, Marnie. Welcome, Acha Moshe, new client introduced by Lillian Galdiano. Way to go, Lillian, and welcome, Acha. Welcome, Douglas Lott, new client introduced by Randy and Viola Krebs. Way to go, Mom and Dad, and welcome, Douglas. All right, so now we're going to recognize a new associate that started with our team this past week, and we actually have her on the line. Her name is Dawn Perales from Pleasanton, Texas, new associate introduced by Renee and Megan Martinez. I'm going to actually unmute you, Dawn. Just 1 second. I just unmuted you. Dawn, are you there?
I'm here.
I hear you loud and clear. Welcome to the webinar and welcome to the USANA family.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm happy to have joined.
Yes, well, we're very happy as well. We're excited to be working with you. And we have people that are on this webinar right now from all different time zones that, you're going to be meeting the team over time. And it's just a really great Monday webinar, and everyone wants to welcome you. We want to know just a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your work history. What do you do for work? And tell us how you got introduced to USANA and why you're excited about USANA in your business.
Sure, I will do that. I am a 38-year-old mother of 3. I do work full-time, and Actually, I learned of USANA off of the Dr. Oz show. And as I saw it on Dr. Oz, I would also see it on a friend's Facebook page, which was Renee and Megan. And as I started looking more into it and learning about it, I decided to contact them and, talk to them about it. And, they sent me some videos, and then I ordered, I tried it, and I immediately fell in love with the products. I had been doing some other shakes for a while. When I started these, immediately felt a difference, started losing some weight, felt good. I've now started the vitamins, and I'm just happy as could be and glad to share it with, my friends and family and to be a part of y'all's team.
Wow. So you saw USANA on Dr. Oz. That was your first exposure.
Yes.
You didn't know what USANA was? Anything?
No, I mean I had seen it on Facebook through Renee and Megan, but I had never inquired about it. Then I saw it on Dr. Oz, and I kept, kind of seeing it there, and then I kept seeing it on Facebook, and I thought, let me just ask about it. I'm just curious, because after seeing on Dr. Oz, I looked it up, and it seemed like such a great product, and so that's where it started.
Wow.
I had never seen it on anything else, really, ever, except for Renee and Megan's page.
Oh, okay. You hadn't seen it. So that's a really great lesson for everybody listening, because we teach our people not to overdo it, not to be too salesy about USANA on their page. And Renee and Megan to do it so great because they're just posting how much they're having fun and what they're doing. They're not necessarily trying to turning off their friends. Like, they do it the right way. And that attracted you into their lives, which is just such a huge blessing and such a great thing, especially for the team to know, like, hey, when you're having fun social events with USANA, post it on your social media, but make sure you're not overboard, because then you're going to attract great people like Dawn. And that's a great story, Dawn. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, no problem.
And what are you most excited about right now?
I'm actually just excited about really the way I feel. I'm enjoying the products myself. And so with that, you can't help but want to talk about it with your friends and your family, and my mom. Also, I'm excited for her to start them because I think it's going to make her feel so much better. So it's just really just a great feeling to have a product that's actually working, that I'm really, loving, and to have such great people to, like, anytime I call Renee or Megan, they answer all my questions. It doesn't matter how many times I've asked about, a certain product. So it's just great people and great product.
Absolutely. And you are in amazing hands with Renee and Megan. They do such a great job with all their team members. They take great care of them. They lead by example. And it's just a wonderful thing that you get to work with them. So I'm very excited for you, Dawn, and I look forward to doing more events with you.
Thank you. So do I.
Yes. And I hear you have a mixer in Pleasanton Wednesday at 6:30. We're going to announce that on the webinar tonight.
Oh, neat. Okay, yes, I do.
And then also I want to say
excited.
that there's a big business training Saturday at 9 a.m. with Mike Callejas. I don't know if you're able to attend that, but if you are, oh my gosh, that would totally give you the best head start.
Okay, and that's Saturday at 9? I'm writing this
Saturday at 9 a.m. in San Antonio. We'll get you some more information on it, but he's coming visiting from Los Angeles. So.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome.
It's a very rare opportunity. We'll get you more info on that, Dawn, but welcome to the team.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so now we're going to go to some special recognition. And the special recognition, let me just put Dawn on mute here, is number 23, top U.S. Gold Directors, top earners, Randy and Viola Krebs. Big congratulations. Anytime you're on this list, that means that you are just killing it. Mom and Dad, I'm very proud of you. Thank you for all you do for our teams. Thank you for being so consistent and such a great example. Being on the top U.S. earning Gold Directors is quite an accomplishment. I'm very proud of you. Also, Byron and Carmen Olaya, number 13 on the top 25 preferred customer enrollers. Way to go, dear friends. So proud of you. I love your new profile picture. You look amazing. And again, you have also displayed great consistency. Very, very proud of you. Thank you, Byron and Carmen. Big congratulations. Number 19, Justin Zacharias, top 25 preferred customer enroller, number 19. Way to go, Justin. Just starting out in your business, 19 years old. You're a very inspiring man. Keep it up. Keep up the great work. Also, number 26, Patricia Garcia. Wow. Top 50 associated sponsors, number 26. You're doing a great job, Patty. I'm very proud of you. I love working with you. I'm so glad we're taking it to the next level with you and your business. Big congratulations, Renee and Megan Martinez, also number 26 of the top 50 associate sponsors. You guys are just killing it. I'm so proud of you, Renee and Megan. Thank you for all you do for your team. Thank you for leading by example, overcoming obstacles, and just being such amazing people. Special announcements. All right, here's the special announcements. You want to win a ticket to the 2016 GoPro? Be a top associate enroller this week, because the top 2 people every week in the United States, associate enrollers, through November 11th, will be getting a ticket to the GoPro event in Las Vegas. And you'd probably have to enroll 3 to 4 associates in a week to be a top, like, number 1 in the U.S. So just so you guys know, that would be a good one to go for. There's, I guess, 2 weeks left, this week and next week. Wait, is this week the 11th? This is the last week. So this is the last week for that incentive. Also, there's a free optimizer incentive going on through December 23rd. Basically, if you buy a bag of shakes, you or your clients buy a bag of My Smart Shakes, you will get 2 free flavor optimizer packs. You'll either get chocolate and orange or chocolate and banana. That's a $14 value. And that's like, I'm stocking up on shakes because, again, that's really a great deal that's going on. So tell all your clients, tell all your associates. I just got a text that Justin Zacharias is 18 years old. Sorry, Justin. That's even more impressive that you're 18 and you're doing this. You have such a big head start in life. We're very proud of you. Also, everybody, mark your calendars for next Monday, November 14th. We have a special guest, Executive Ruby Director Kate Northrup Watts, who's going to be on our webinar. She's been with USANA for over 10 years. She's created her own success story. Her mother is Christiane Northrup, who's been on Oprah. Christiane Northrup is a very well-respected doctor and a diamond director in USANA. Well, Kate grew up in the USANA culture, and now she's an executive Ruby on her own right. And that's a 6-figure income. And she works from home in Maine. She lives in the East Coast. So very exciting that we're going to have the opportunity to learn from her. So please make sure you're on the webinar next week at 8 p.m. All right. Also, the track WAPnWin results. So right now we have Stephanie Giles, 78 points, Carmen and Byron, 77 points, and Carlos Gomez, 76 points. Right behind them, Renee and Megan, 73 points, Phyllis Walker, 67 points. It is very close, and there is 3 weeks left. So make them count. It's going to go down to the wire, but the winners, the top 3, are going to be getting cash. We're very proud of each and every one of you that are on this list because that shows that you're being consistent. Now, if you're not on this list and you want to be on this list, let us know and you can play the game. We do these competitions, these incentive things probably every quarter now. And so we're going to be doing more of this because it's really working. And you might be wondering, well, what is this incentive? Well, it's all about attending the next big event. The next big event's in Las Vegas, December 1st through the 4th. It's called GoPro Recruiting Mastery. And the thing about it is this event, I mean, you're hearing from the very best people. They only allow people that are making 6 figures to speak at this event. So Mr. GoPro himself, now I'm said 6 figures a month, not 6 figures per year, by the way. So it's a tremendously crazy, awesome opportunity. You're also going to hear from Anthony Robbins, the world-renowned motivational speaker, Sir Richard Branson from Virgin Enterprises, really. So this event is so unique. There's going to be over 14,000 people. It's going to be the biggest event that we've ever attended at once. So it's exciting. And basically, if you get the points, then you win cash. And if you take first place, it's 200 cash. Second place, 125, third place, 75. But if you go to the event, the prizes double. So if you're going to Las Vegas and you take first place, you're going to get $400 cash. That'll pay for your hotel. Second place would be $250. Third place is $150. So definitely, I want to encourage you guys to keep going for these. We always have them. And these incentives are great. We want consistency, not perfection, but it's really amazing when you're consistent what happens in your business. Beast mode on. And lastly, before we get into the training content, when you add a new person, when you create a new client, make sure you add them to the USANA clients page. That's our Facebook private group. When you create a new associate, make sure you add them to the associate page and the client page. And that's another Facebook private group. Make sure you make a post. Make sure you post a picture. And everybody comment. I want to really acknowledge that you've all been commenting. Every time someone new joins, everybody says welcome. That makes a huge difference. And lastly, add your new associates to Hybrid Solutions. Same way, add them to the group. And if you're looking for a story, you can always search the group. Okay, we're going to take a 5-second pause for editing purposes, and we got a big training ahead for you. It's very exciting. It's the last 5 laws of the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. So we're going to finish the last, I guess, 11 through 15 right now. So get ready. We're going to take a 5-second break, and then we're going to go right into it. There's no notebook, babe. So just write it on a different piece of paper. Wow, we have so many people on the line. I'm proud of everybody on this call. Okay, in 5, 4, 3. Hello, my name is Jared Crebs. I'm pictured here with my wife, Crystal, and our dog, Tasia. We're executive Emerald Directors, co-founders of Team DSI. And this training is going to be about the last 5 laws in the book by John C. Maxwell called The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. So we've been covering these laws over the last several webinars. And these are the grand finale. This is what sums it all up. And I can tell you, just from studying this book, it's made me a better leader. It's made me a better person. It's made me more effective. If you don't have this book, I highly recommend you get it. It's also available on audiobook. If you don't like to read, you can listen. I highly recommend you listen at least to an hour a day of some content to help you be a better leader. Now, before we start, I just want to talk about growth. And there's 4 things I want to share with you. Growth is the only guarantee that tomorrow is going to get better. Have you ever heard that people age, but they don't necessarily grow? Sometimes somebody can be really, advanced in age, but they're not evolved. So growth is what's going to guarantee that tomorrow is going to get better in your life and in your business. Number 2, growth means change. You cannot be the same and grow. Number 3, being growth conscious versus goal conscious. I'm going to show you a chart that really explains that. And number 4, growth is joy. There's something very joyful about growing. There's something joyful about becoming a better leader, becoming a better person, becoming more effective. And so if you're not taking notes right now, I want to encourage you to go get a pen and paper and really take some of this in, because honestly, there's nothing more discouraging to a leader when people are listening on the webinar and they're not taking notes, they're not learning, they're not absorbing it. And I want to just encourage you, don't trust your fortune to your memory. Literally, your fortune lies within these principles. Your success in your business lies within these principles. So I want to encourage you to write as much as you can down that you're hearing, because it's about to go down. And this stuff is going to make a huge difference in your business this week. Do not trust your fortune to your memory. All right, so here's the first slide. And if you don't have the slides up and you're just listening on the phone, that's okay. I'm going to read this to you. Now, people who are goal conscious versus growth conscious, okay? I used to be goal conscious, but now that I've studied this book, I'm growth conscious. So somebody who's goal conscious, they focus on the destination. They focus on arriving. But someone who's growth conscious focuses on the journey. It's much more rewarding to focus on the journey. Goal conscious people are motivated, but growth conscious people are mature. It's much better to be mature. Goals are seasonal. Growth is lifelong. I think that's critical. Sometimes people work so hard for a goal, but once they get there, they plateau. However, somebody's growing, they're just happy. They're just doing their stuff every week. They're just doing it. They're just growing. That's lifelong. Number 4, goal conscious challenges people. Growth conscious changes people. And obviously that's where it's all about. You have to change. Number 5, when the goal is reached, we plateau. And someone who's growth conscious will just keep growing. When the goal is reached, we just keep growing. Oh, okay, I became an Emerald Director. I became a Diamond Director. Great. I'm just going to keep growing and helping more people. It's not about just hitting something. It's about just staying in the journey. And I love that. Okay, so now we're going to go into the 11th law, the law of modeling. So I actually paid $67 for a online course that went over each law. And I took notes like you would not believe. And not only that, I watched the course 2 times the entire way through. It was a 6-hour course. And do you think that helped make me a lot better? You better believe it. So I'm going to go through some of my notes and some of the things that I took from the law of contribution. So the law of contribution requires a mental shift. It's the change in mindset, the change in understanding. You don't have to, the law of modeling. Law of trade-off. I'm missing something. I guess that's law of modeling. I apologize, guys, for the pause in everything here. The law of modeling is law number 10, and the law. Okay, we'll edit that out. The law of modeling was law number 10, guys. The law of contribution is law number 11. Hey, you don't have to be perfect to be a leader. In fact, I make so many mistakes on a regular basis. I want you guys to know, even the Jared that you see that's so motivated on the webinar, I'm not always this great. I have my low times, and I'm not as great as I seem, but I'm also not as bad as my low times. I'm right in between. And I'm just growing just like everybody else. I struggle. I go through everything. I don't want you guys to think, to be successful, you have to be perfect or anything like that, because I'm far, far from it. And I want to share with you guys, when I fail as a leader and my shortcomings as well, because we're all in this together. We're all just doing our best and growing together. Okay, so here we are, the law of contribution. It requires a mental shift, change in mindset, change in understanding. Not only can we give money, we can give our time, we can give compassion, we can give energy, we can give understanding, we can give forgiveness, one of the main ones, in addition to money. And I must become more. I must identify my weaknesses. There's no well-built ship that sails around the world with holes in its sail. So I can tell you that some of my weaknesses is going to bed early. That's one of them. And then being on time. That's another one of my weaknesses. So when you're working on your weaknesses, choose 1 or 2 of them to work on. Now, since I've been doing this personal growth, I've been focusing on those 2 things. And I don't go to bed early perfectly, but I've gone to bed early more lately because I've focused on improving those areas. Also, being on time, I've gotten a lot better at that. So I want to encourage you. What are your weaknesses? What can you improve? Write that down if you're taking notes. Increasing your personal currency. Oh my God, this is so good. The more you invest in you, the more you can give to others. You do that by attending events. Okay? So reading, growing, apply that to your lifestyle. We have to practice daily. You better have more coming in than you have going out, because in a time of need, when your people need you, it's costly if you're not a leader for them. What that means is you have to constantly be studying leadership and constantly be studying improvement, because if you enroll somebody and they need you to be that leader and you're not there, you're going to lose them. You have to be a leader. You have to be working on yourself. And if you've studied so much and you've become that leader, you'll know exactly what to do. And then that you're going to keep them. So that's a really big part of the law of contribution, is to contribute to yourself so you can contribute to others. Develop a lifelong philosophy of personal development. Good leaders give because they have to. Great leaders give because they want to. Exceptional leaders give and expect nothing in return. So be an exceptional leader. Our industry, we have a reputation of being takers in this industry, enrolling people, but without following up. Not helping the associates you enroll, not helping the clients you enroll. Don't be a taker, be a giver. We change the world one life at a time. It starts with us. Model the approaching mindset. You can hope the ripple starts, or you can start the ripple. So help them get where they want to go. Help your clients get where they want to go. Help your associates get where they want to go. If they can be a better person, they will be a better team member. Not stop thinking about the numbers. Start thinking about numbers of lives changing. And be intentional. Be intentional about your contribution. Be intentional about your growth. Every day I actually wake up in the morning and I say, God, please help me contribute to someone today in some way. With my business, with my life, with my money, with my generosity, with my time. Please help me to contribute. We have a role and a responsibility in network marketing in our industry. Invest more in yourself so that your personal currency will never be in the negative. You'll be able to help and give more. So invest in yourself so you can contribute more. All right, so that's the law of contribution. Number 12, the law of the trade-off. Trade-offs are an opportunity for growth. Sometimes we have to make difficult personal changes. Many difficult personal changes need to occur to get from where we are to where we want to be. You know a trade-off for me? Watching sports, watching television. ESPN.com, I just realized that website is basically just a bunch of gossip. I mean, it's like what I love, right? I get on and I love sports and I watch sports all the time. But if that sports time is taking away from my personal growth, I have to find a balance. So that's one of the trade-offs that I've been making is I am doing less time on ESPN and more time listening to personal growth and development. But what is your trade-off? Maybe it's TV, maybe it's watching, your certain shows. I still will watch some sporting events, but not like I used to where I was doing it like 3 hours at a time. So the law of the trade-off is really a critical one. Stuff will start coming up as well. When you start trading off, something like, sometimes like friends, friends aren't going to be going to happy hour and you don't go drink with them because you're building your business. Or, friends doing stuff and you miss out on something because you're building your business. The growth is so painful sometimes. You have to give up to grow up. Write that down. You have to give up to grow up. All right. And I also want to just put this in perspective. The number one thing, like if you want to go in priority, number one most important is your spiritual life. God, your creator, whoever, your spiritual life, however that looks for you. Number two is spouse or your significant other. Number three is family. Number four is work. Okay, so work is number four. So I always try and make sure I'm taking care of my spiritual life, my relationship with my wife, my family time, and then I make sure I do my work. I don't want to put work. It used to be work. So that's really important as well, that you have balance. You have to make many personal sacrifices, but look at them as opportunities for growth. Sometimes like I don't feel like going to an event that's a far drive or doing a certain event that day. But you know what? If I don't go do it, if I don't go trade that, someone's life might not be changed. So the law of the trade-off is very, very important. Successful people make good trade-offs. Write this down. Successful people make good trade-offs. Mediocre people make few trade-offs. And unsuccessful people make bad trade-offs. Okay, so you can make bad trade-offs too. But remember, successful people make good trade-offs. You want to do good trade-offs. What are some good trade-offs? Waking up early, exercise, feeding your body well, feeding your mind well. Make that extra call to a client or an associate. Make that extra call to a team member. Make that extra call to a prospect. Be scared and do it anyways. Another thing is limiting social media. Sometimes people are on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat, and they're not necessarily building their business. They're just scrolling through mindlessly. That you gotta watch that. That's been one for me too, that I try and limit. Use social media for business building, but try and limit that time where you're just stalking people, or I guess we all stalk people in a way, but you guys follow me. In the process, you will love who you become. So we're constantly making trade-offs, and be aware of those trade-offs that you can improve on. And trust me, I'm constantly doing this as well. All right, the next law is the law of pain. Wow. So when something bad happens in your business, like team members not showing up or no one at the meetings, that's painful, right? Well, you must create guidelines to protect yourself. Okay, make guidelines with your family. Make sure you have a day with your family, because missing out with your family, that's painful, but missing out in your business is painful as well. So you have to make guidelines so that you have like a business night. Maybe one night a week is your USANA business night, and then one night a week is like your family night, and then I'm sure you have other things you do throughout the week. If you want to be really serious, do two times a week for your business, 2 events a week, but make guidelines. Me and Crystal, we have our date nights every Saturday night and every Wednesday night. We have 2 date nights. We also have our USANA events on Thursday and Saturday. Those are the days that work for us. But Amy Gonzalez in Lockhart, she does every Monday for her USANA business, because that's the night works for her. Renee and Megan have been doing Saturdays, and I guess this Wednesday they're having one as well. Carmen and Byron Olaya have been doing also Thursdays and Saturdays. Ruby Perez every Saturday. So obviously we got to get some guidelines in there to protect yourself, to protect your business. Also, along the law of pain, always think, things could be worse. Like, be grateful for what you have. Sometimes I wake up and I'm in a mental funk, and I think, oh, my business isn't growing fast enough, or I didn't make, what I wanted to make. But I actually have to change my mind, and I need to think, well, geez, things could be worse. I could actually be, not in this situation that I am. So, being grateful for the things that are coming into your life, that's really a critical one with the law of pain. And then the other one is being able to look at problems and becoming a figure outer. If you're taking notes, write this down. Become a figure outer, because somebody who figures out things, it doesn't matter what the problem is. You just figure it out and you overcome, and you get in the habit of that. Victoria Horman's a very great example. She's been on 200-point auto order for 2 years. She constantly figures it out. And, that's a good business partner. Another good business partner is somebody who's overcome a ton of pain and they're still positive. Who in your life has overcome and overcome and overcome? Those types of people will be great business partners, because there's pain in your business. There's pain when you get rejected. There's pain when no guests show up and you feel like your business isn't growing. But you got to overcome that. You got to figure out how you can get better. Are you going to use it as a springboard, or will it stop you? Your new people are about to deal with some pain they've never had before. You hear me, Don? Sometimes this business isn't easy, and you're going to have some pain. And if you want a legacy business, you're going to go through some struggles, and it's okay. We all go through the struggles. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be crazy sometimes, but you must share your pain and be vulnerable with your teams. Do you guys know, in my first year, I didn't have good training on how to meet people in public. So I used to just go approach people randomly in like Walmart and Barnes and Noble, and I got kicked out. I've been kicked out of Walmart. I've been kicked out of Barnes and Noble. I've been the salesiest salesman, and that was painful. And I had to change and grow. But I never quit. I just figured out, and now I'm so good. Now I can be in public. I can get people's numbers. I haven't gotten kicked out of anywhere in like 5 or 6 years, probably longer, probably 8 or 9 years. But yeah, so that's just part of growing, guys. I could tell you so many stories of pain that I've overcome in my business. I've lost people. I've had people quit. I've gone through everything. But guess what? A lot of people stayed too, and I just kept inviting, because USANA is too great. And that's what gets this done. The only way to get over it is to get over it fast. And the faster you get over it, the better you're going to be. So pay attention to how long you hold on to the pain. If you're disappointed that no guest showed up to your meeting or you got rejected, how long are you going to be disappointed? Are you going to be disappointed for an hour, or 5 minutes, or 1 minute? Or are you going to be disappointed for the next 3 days? Right? So you got to get over your pain fast. Move on quick. That's one of the things that's really helped me. We need to stay productive, not busy. All right. So there's 7 ways to handle any type of pain, big or small. What's the problem? Number 1, what's the problem? Number 2, how do you feel about it? Number 3, are you going to learn a lesson? Number 4, what do you need to do? Number 5, how do you get to the change? Number 6, run it past your inner circle. Who are your top 5? And number 7, what's your course of action? And that helps get over the pain. And I wrote all that down. In fact, I can put that in a post because I read it really fast. But I'll make a post of the 7 ways to handle pain so that you guys can have that. The biggest warriors have been through the biggest battles. So use the pain as a springboard. The last thing about the law of pain, the person that was speaking on this, she actually had one of her top income earners die. And she had to work through that. Like, people don't live forever. So, I mean, like, this is like $1 million club person, okay, who's gone through some pain, but she continues to grow and she continues to get better. All right, so the law of the rubber band. This is a law really kind of confusing. Like, what is the law of the rubber band? Well, the law of the rubber band states that we need to be stretched. We perform best when we're stretched. God's gift to us is potential, but our gift back to him is developing that potential. We do that by stretching. Great lessons didn't come from the success, it came from the failures. Personal development is the foundation for your success. How much time are you investing in feeding your mind personal development? Ask yourself that right now. How much time did I invest in my mind feeding it personal development? How much time did I invest in my mind feeding it television? Write that down right now. Just write it down. How much time did you invest today in personal development? If just roughly. And then how much time did you invest your mind in other things? Always ask yourself that and always stretch it. Try and get more personal development in and more and more and more. That is the key. It's the foundation. It's essential. So that's part of stretching. Also, becoming more purpose-driven, less profit-driven. We all want to make money, but for us to make money, we have to help people. So be purpose-driven and always think, who can I help? A great question to ask God is, who do you want me to call, God? Say a prayer. Who do you want me to call, God? Who do you want me to help? You know, then when you call someone, you could say, I was praying who to call and you came to mind. And that's kind of a cool way that you could start a conversation. You know, and what's our biggest enemy? Oh my God, this was so good. Our biggest enemy is comparing ourselves to others. I can tell you that that's been one of my biggest enemies. Sometimes I compare myself to people who've been in the company less time, but they make more money. And I think, what's wrong with me? What's wrong? Why am I going as fast as them? And before you know it, I'm on this negative thing and I'm depressed. You know what? This is the best thing I could hear. Dude, that sucks out all the joy. You know, it sucks out all the joy. And now when I catch myself comparing myself to others, I realize, oh no, I got to stop that. That's actually a bad habit. I got to focus on my journey, because you know what? Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's time is different. Nobody knows how long it'll take for your business to really explode into a big profit. No one knows. I don't know how long it's going to take for your business. I don't know how long it'll take for my business to become a diamond. And that's my next step. But guess what? I don't care. I'm going to stay growing. I'm just going to help more people, and I'm going to stay focused on growing instead of just a goal. And that's the law of the rubber band, is not to compare people, especially because we're going into a lot of events. When you go to these big events, do not compare yourself to people. When you're in Las Vegas, when you're in, the Challenge U events, don't compare yourself to other people. Just celebrate their journey and learn what you can. Okay, it's mental torture. There's always going to be somebody that's growing faster than you. That's just how it is. It's like there's always someone with a bigger house. There's always someone with a better car. So just stay focused on your journey. Another thing about the law of the rubber band is self-control in 2 areas. Number 1, finances. And this is a really important thing. Finances. Make sure you pay your taxes. Make sure you invest in your business. A good rule of thumb, me and Crystal take 10% of our earnings and we invest it back into our business. You see the incentives we provide. We take 10% of our earnings and we save it. And we take 10% of our earnings and we give it away, tithing. We don't actually give to a church. We just give it away to people that we feel need it, and we focus on being generous. So I want to encourage you guys to do that 10%, 10%, 10%. You want to keep that. You want to keep that flow going in your life. There's nothing more impactful than generosity. Even $5. Sometimes I'll be at HEB and I'll ask the person who's checking me out. I'll say, hey, what's your favorite candy bar? And they'll say what they like, and I'll buy them a candy bar and I'll put that in and I'll say, here you go. Just even little things like that does something to you. When you're generous, that sends a vibration out into the world. So I want to encourage you to be generous, even with little like $5 purchases. Number 2 is pride. That's the other thing to really watch. Just because you're having success, you aren't getting better looking. Pride comes before the fall. All right. So make sure that you stay humble and don't get too prideful when you have success. Just stay focused and celebrate your success, but don't start thinking you're better looking than you are. Okay. The power of confession. That basically means speaking positively. I'm on track to becoming an executive Emerald Director. You want to say, I'm on track to becoming a 6-figure earner. I'm on track to becoming a gold director. Whatever your goals are, just say that you're on track to that, because you are. If you're doing your DMO every day, it's inevitable that your goals will come to pass. All right. So decide to make God your business partner. That's another thing I learned from this talk. Decide to make God your business partner. Ask God for help. Ask God questions. Ask for guidance. And, that I think is one of the best things you can do, is make God your business partner, because he's in charge of promotion. All right, guys, we've reached the last law, the law of expansion. And the law of expansion states that, it's law of expansion, you think it's about expanding your business. Well, it is, but it's really about expanding yourself. And the person I'm learning from on this particular topic was Amber. Her name was Amber, and she tried and she failed many different companies. And she says that it's never the company. People are in USANA, and then sometimes they look at another company and they say, oh, that product would be easier to sell because it's cheaper, or that product or that comp plan pays more. But the reality is, no company can pay. There's only 100 pennies in a dollar. There's not 101. Every company can only pay out so much. And there's people making money in every comp plan. So don't quit your company and think that it's easier or better on the other side, because it's a grind in every company. Stay where you are and expand yourself. That's really a critical part. You have to expand yourself before you can expand your business. And how do you do that? You do that with personal development. You have to work harder on you than anything else. More than recruiting, you have to work on yourself. More than hosting events, you have to work on yourself. That's why the critical thing here is the personal development. You cannot change your life until you change your mind. So that's what they talk about in the law of expansion. You cannot grow your checks until you grow as a person. You want bigger checks, then you got to do more personal development. Not kidding. All right. So that's some of the main things that I learned from the law of expansion. Stop thinking about more work and start thinking what works. Personal development works. The secret is development, the way you look at things. That's what really got a lot of these top leaders over the top is changing how they think. There's more than one way that works as well. There's not just one way to build your business. So always try things and ask people. But without network marketing, there's no way we could have the lifestyle that we have. So don't be selfish. Share it with people. Change your mind, change your life. And gratitude. I want to encourage you guys on this webinar to text 5 people and say, thank you for being in my life. Every day, text 5 people and say, thank you for being in my life. See what happens if you text 5 people every day and saying, thank you for being in my life. What would happen? What would happen in your week? What kind of, that's giving. That's giving gratitude. So I want to challenge you. Who wants to do that with me? Want to text 5 people, let's say for the next week until our webinar next Monday, saying, thank you for being in my life. Who's in? If you're in, post it on our Facebook group, on our Team DSI page, or send me a text if you're in, if you don't have my cell phone number. Oh, I'm getting lots of texts already. Carlos Gomez, Claudia Zacharias, Renee Martinez already said, thank you for being in my life. Thanks, Renee. All right, so text me if you're in, guys, or post it on our Facebook group. But let's do this. Let's expand. Now, the closing address by Holton Buggs, I really feel like we need to do a whole nother webinar just on this topic, because his talk was so impactful that I took about, I don't know, 15 pages of notes. Holton Buggs worked in the industry. Okay, Holton Buggs currently makes 7 figures a month, guys. Okay, $1 million per month. All right. But guess what? He was in this industry for 18 years before he was successful. Some of you feel like, oh, geez, I've been in this for a year and I'm not making 6 figures yet. Or I've been in this 2 years and I'm not making, $2,000 a month yet, or whatever. This guy learned and grew and learned and grew. And I mean, he inspired me. It's like I made more than Holton Buggs in my first 10 years. But this guy is making 7 figures a month, guys. So we're going to do probably a whole nother training on him at another time, because again, I can't do it justice. I mean, we're out of time. So we'll come back to that. Next week we have Kate Northrup. So we'll come back and do another webinar just on this Holton Buggs talk that was closing out the event. So I got another text. Crystal, my wife, is in. Junior, Lillian Galdiano. Awesome. I'm excited for all you guys to be doing this. And I want to ask you to let us know how it's going when you're sending this text, and just say thank you for being in my life to 5 people a day. Luis Sanchez is in. Awesome, guys. So thank you for attending the training portion of the webinar. We're going to finish the webinar with some announcements. We'll take a pause for editing purposes. Okay, guys, mark your calendar. We've done 3 big events in 2016. We finished Las Vegas in April. We finished Salt Lake City in August. The next one is Las Vegas in December. So Las Vegas in December is the GoPro event, December 1st through the 4th, 2016. It's the GoPro. They only allow people who are making 6 figures a month on stage, okay? So Eric Worre, Mr. GoPro himself, Anthony Robbins is going to be there, Sir Richard Branson. It's just going to be an amazing, amazing event, guys. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, people are still selling them. They're $300 for your ticket. And contact me if you want to find a ticket. We can find you one. People are selling them on Facebook because the event is actually sold out. Look at these awesome people that are going to the event already. Myself, my wife, my parents, Randy and Viola Krebs, Becky Armstrong, Christian Glad, Phyllis Walker, Stephanie Giles, Byron and Carmen Olaya. Very proud of each and every one of you. And there's room for you guys who aren't going. Let us know if you want to go to Vegas. Okay, so that's the end of the year. Then Challenge U is in San Antonio, January 12th through the 14th. If you're in San Antonio, you definitely need to go to this, because you're going to get a value. It's only $129 right now, registration is, and it's 12th through the 14th. Normally you'd have to travel somewhere, spend, $500 on a plane ticket, money on hotels, and you get it in your backyard in San Antonio. Now, if you're not in San Antonio, you want to travel to this, I suggest you still do it, because you'll learn so much. It's 2 days intensive training, USANA only, and you're learning from top 6-figure earners. Now, if you're in Salt Lake City, the event is January 26th through the 28th, and it's the USANA home office. Now, if you're not in either of these cities, I suggest you fly. You choose which one you want to go to. You want to go to San Antonio? You want to go to or Utah? But go to Challenge U, guys, in January. That's the best way you can start off your business. Contact myself or my parents to get registered. And in February, ladies, the Sweet Retreat's coming up, February 2nd through the 4th. The ticket is $95 for your event, but you're learning from the best women entrepreneurs. Mark your calendars. My mother, my wife is going. And we have a lot of our top women leaders that are going. So this is a great event. I wish I could go to it, but it's for women only, and you hear from the top women leaders in USANA. Then, guys, the U.S. national celebrations are in the second quarter of the year. So if you're in Houston, Texas, if you want to go to the Spanish celebration, that's on March 4th. Washington, D.C., if you're on the East Coast, March 18th. Chicago, Illinois, March 25th. San Antonio, Texas, April 1st. And San Diego, California, April 8th. Now, if you're not in any of these cities, then choose the one you want to go to, guys. But this is the most important event of the second quarter. And we're obviously going to be in the San Antonio event, but we have people all over the country that are going to be at these events. This is the U.S. National Celebration. This is the event that celebrates the United States market, and you get training from top leaders. And then the most important event of the year is August 2017. It's August 16th through the 19th, our 25th annual international convention. This event is already sold out, guys. So if you don't have your ticket, you better contact me or contact my parents, or just ask people to try and buy a ticket, because you got to get your ticket ASAP. And people are selling them like on Facebook. That's the only way you can get your tickets at this point. Success on the Beach. Mark your calendars. November 8th through the 12th, 2017. 5 days in Punta Cana with your USANA family. You can win this trip. And the way that you win this is by growing your business. And we have a video that we're going to post on that. We've already made the video. So that, mark your calendars. Just put that in your calendar and grow your business as much as possible for the Success on the Beach. Texas Associates this week in Texas. Monday, that's next Monday, November 14th. Amy Gonzalez is hosting a mixer in Lockhart, Texas. Contact Amy for more details at 6:30. Great job, Amy Gonzalez. This Wednesday in Pleasanton, Texas, Renee and Megan Martinez hosting an event, November 9th. And also Don Perales, your very first event that you're big part of the planning. Great job, Don. Thursday, San Antonio, Carmen and Byron Olaya are going to be hosting an event at 7 p.m. And then Saturday, guys, this is the big one. Michael Callejas, he's going to be at San Antonio at the Incarnate Word. It's still $10 per ticket. Luis Sanchez, the $10 ticket's still available, so please get that. There's about 20 tickets left, not kidding. But that event is a chance for you to learn from 3-star diamond from Los Angeles, Mike Callejas, who's been a true friend to us. He hosted me and Crystal at his house. We got to learn from him, spend a week at his house. You guys got to go to this. This is the biggest opportunity of the end of the year for our local market. So it's 9 a.m. to noon, and it's $10 a ticket. And there's going to be a presentation for guests at 4:30 in the afternoon that evening as well. So contact your sponsor for more information. It's at usanasa.com. It's where you can buy your ticket. And then, guys, mark your calendar. Friday, November 8th in San Antonio, November 18th. We're going to Mariachis. It's going to be our fun night, Team DSI fun night, 6:30 to 9:30, Friday, November 18th. So not this week, but next week. It's going to be awesome. And then Utah Associates, there's an event this Thursday, November 10th, Health and Freedom. And so if you're in the Utah markets, go to this event. It's going to be awesome at the home office. Lastly, this is the picture of the bins in the trunk of my car. I keep these GoPro books, Power of Cellular Nutrition audios, newspapers. I want to encourage you to always be prepared. Don't go to a mixer without your computer. Always have your computer. Always have your copies. Be ready to sign your guests up. Be ready to do business and help people. You never know when you're going to have that opportunity. That's why I always have this stuff in the trunk of my car. If you want to get paid like a pro, you have to act like a pro. You have to be prepared like a pro. So I want to encourage you to always have your forms with you. Always have your new stuff printed out and be ready at all times. All right, guys, that does it for our webinar. We're ending 5 minutes early, so I want to hear from some people. We have a lot of people on the line. Does anyone have a question? If you do, raise your hand or send me a text, and I'm going to stop the screen sharing. But who do we have on the line? Who would like to ask a question or send a text? Otherwise, I'm just going to call on a few people. Let's see here. Or what was the highlight for you at the webinar? Let's start with our new associate, Don. Let's see here. I just unmuted you, Don. What was the highlight for you on the webinar tonight?
Wow, there was so much information tonight. It was way more than I ever expected to learn or to be advised on. So I actually have a lot of notes. It was a very exciting webinar for me.
Awesome. So what were some of your notes?
Well, I mean, I took all your notes on, my goal to be goal conscious or growth conscious. You got to give up to grow up. There was just, so many things that I'm like, wow. I'm kind of wowed by this whole webinar, to be honest.
Well, thank you.
Feeling so I'm thinking wow, there are changes I can do, and I can text people and let them know that I'm happy for them to be in my life. Just nice things to do every day and to keep growing.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear that you were taking notes. Thank you for being a great example to everyone on the team. Um, you're absolutely right. This webinar is the glue to our team. It's the glue to our business, and being on every Monday night really helps your business grow. So I'm excited to hear how your first week in business is going to be.
All right. I will, of course, I'll keep in touch and let you know. And I'm going to follow your advice, of course, because there was a lot of good notes taken.
Awesome.
And it's got me kind of feeling positive.
Great. That's what we want. That's what personal development and personal growth does, is it keeps you in that mindset. And guess what? It's going to wear off. It's like showering. You get dirty and smelly, and you got to shower your mind every day.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're right. It makes sense.
So yes, I want to encourage you, this feeling of focus and excitement that you have, by listening to Jim Rohn audios. Renee will be able to lay on some great things he's probably already shown you, but just listening to more personal development. And Don, I want to say too that I want to encourage you that it's your responsibility to always find something good to be reading and always find something good to be listening to. And you're going to just eat it up. The more you put in, the more that's going to come out positive in your business.
Right. I will definitely take your advice on that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Don. I hope you have an awesome night. Thank you for being on the webinar tonight.
Thank you. No problem. I'll be trying to get on here every Monday.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Yes, let's go to the next caller here. We have several people still on the line. I understand if people need to go. Let's go to, we have a 704 area code. I just unmuted you on the 704 area code. Who's this?
It's me. It's Becky from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Becky Armstrong from North Carolina. How are you?
I am doing good, and I'm actually in Raleigh for a change. I'm usually flitting all over the country,
Awesome.
but I'm home.
Well, it's great to have you calling in from the East Coast. And tell us, what was the highlight for you on the webinar tonight?
You know what? It always sounds like a broken record, but my favorite part is always the first few minutes and the last few minutes when you're talking about the people. You start introducing all the new associates, and as each new associate comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, they've got Renee and Megan. They're going to do so great. And they've got, and I just get so excited to think about all the new people that are coming in and being part of our family. And then you get to the end and you're talking about the events, and I'm like, I get to meet these people now. So that's always my favorite part. But
wow.
Part of that and rolling into that is just the growth is joy that you talked about, and that it's lifelong. I just see that. I see that, and that is the way that excitement stays that way. You start, and we're all growing together. It's like when, as Dawn grows, she's going to help me grow. And watching her explore things is going to bring my attention to things I never would have seen by myself. And so I'm just really happy that we're all here together.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Becky. It's great to hear your voice, and I cannot wait to be with you in Las Vegas at GoPro.
I know. I just got my thing today, my email going, your trip is around the corner. So.
Oh, it's awesome. Hey, and by the way, Carmen and Byron said yes to being your roommates.
All right.
In. So.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Becky.
All right. We'll see everybody there.
All right. See you there. All right. Let's go to Renee Martinez in Pleasanton, Texas. I need you, Renee. What was the highlight for you?
Hey, Jared. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Becky, I just want to say thank you very much for your awesome edification whenever you said that she was lucky to be working with us, talking about Don. My highlight was that, and I know it's kind of loud, I'm at work, and anytime I'm at work, I always listen in on the webinars, and it's absolutely can't, but I'm here working. My highlight was definitely, I almost fell out of my chair when Jared said that the National Convention is going to be in San Antonio. I'm so pumped about that. I can't wait to tell all my team about it. I mean, I'll drive to all of their houses, pick them all up, and take them with me if I have to. I'm so pumped about that.
Heck yeah, it's so exciting. Awesome, thank you. Yes, can you speak up? Yeah, we can't hear you too well, but yes.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes, better now.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just so pumped about that. It's going to be amazing.
Awesome. Anything else, Renee?
Just make sure, everybody just make sure that you do your follow-up, because I signed Dawn up probably like 3 months ago as a preferred customer. Never met her. She contacted me on Facebook, and I signed her up over the phone and taught her how to use her account over the phone, taught her how to log in, taught her how to make orders, how to do her auto orders, how to do all that stuff. And then I finally got her to admit to it, and just like she said, she fell in love with the product just like I did, and now she's a part of the team. So follow-up is huge. If I'd have never followed up with her, she wouldn't have been on the webinar.
Thank you, Renee. We appreciate it, man. Good to hear your voice.
I'll call you later.
All right. All right, let's go on. Let's go to Claudia Zacharias in Poteet, Texas. Claudia, what was the highlight for you tonight?
I really enjoyed the entire webinar. I don't know, I just like the fact that when you said that you sometimes feel down and all that, I guess I had a pity party today because everything was going wrong, but I'm over it. And I like the fact that you mentioned that depending on how long you last down, that's going to determine, like, what did you say, your success or something?
Yeah, like how fast can you get over it?
Yes.
Because we all get hit. It's like being in a boxing match, right?
Yeah. And that's how I was feeling all day today. So I feel a lot better.
Oh, good. Well, I applaud you for getting on the webinar, even though you weren't in the best energy or the best mood, because literally you just invested an hour of your time into personal development. And just as well as anybody that's the key to your business. So I really acknowledge that you got out of that mind frame, and now you can still take more action. And the night is still young. You can always make that extra call, and things could turn around the night.
Yes, exactly.
So, yep. Definitely. Well, great job, Claudia. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being vulnerable on the call, so that everybody else knows that their bad day they're not the only one that has a bad day.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing
that. No problem. You're welcome.
Awesome. All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Luis Sanchez in San Antonio, Texas. Luis, what was the highlight for you on the call?
I really liked a lot of it. The one that really hit me honestly is the law of the trade-off.
Yeah.
Because it's very true. Like you gotta, well, for myself, like I gotta consider, like, when I wake up, what am I really doing to be productive? You know what I mean? Am I working out? Am I reading, or am I just like chilling until I have to go to work?
Yeah.
So it's just like it makes me think about the things that I'm trading instead of being productive. Does that make sense? Like I'm making bad choices in my life. I can kind of maybe realize certain things I need to work on.
Awesome. We're all a work in progress. We're all constantly working and changing. Yeah. But thanks for being vulnerable as well. Thanks for sharing some of the things that you're dealing with right now, and you're working on trading off. And we appreciate that you're on this path with us. That we're all growing together.
Well, thank you, Jared. It was a very awesome webinar, like always. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And those tickets are $10, man. I'd jump on it.
Yeah, I already bought one while you were talking.
Oh, you got it done. Proud of you. Way to go. All right, Luis. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Okay, let's go to Carlos Gomez. Webinar is not complete without Carlos Gomez. What was the highlights for you tonight?
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Hey.
I liked it all. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello? Oh, yeah. But yeah, I like the law of the trade-off also. And like I like to take a quote from Eric Thomas. He says, "You have to give up who you are for what you will become."
Oh yeah.
That's something that always stuck with me. And like, yeah, and that's stuff like
I'm
I
gonna
just
write
gone
that
through
down.
my life. Like,
You have to give up who you
yeah,
are for what you will become.
yeah.
Can
It
you
was
post
a
that?
quote from Eric Thomas, and it's something that you what?
Can you post that on the Team DSI page and the Team DSI South page?
Oh yeah, for sure,
Thanks, man.
we'll do. Yeah, it's something I always like gone through, and like ever since I listened to Eric Thomas, and you gotta really look through your life and see like you need to get the negatives out, even if it's a friend, like because some friends you just bring you down and they're not going nowhere and it brings you down, and you gotta when you're on a mission you gotta drop them, you gotta let them go, and you gotta keep doing what you're doing to get where you want to be.
Totally.
And another thing I've been doing every day now is when I wake up, I'll make sure I watch the story of rebirth of the eagle, which I think is very inspiring because when the eagle turns 40 years old, it can no longer fly or hunt no more because its beak is wore down, its claws, its talons are wore down. So what the eagle does is it flies up to the mountains and its nest, and it'll keep hitting on the rock to knock off its beak, and it'll wait for the beak to grow back. And when the beak goes back, then it tears out its talons. It waits for the talons to grow back, and then it rips out all its feathers for it to go back and live another 30 years. Like an eagle has to make that hard decision in life, as all we could do the same thing when we need to make changes with ourselves.
Holy crap! I never heard that. That's
Yeah,
crazy. I had no idea.
yeah. Even Pink Floyd made a song about it. It's called "Learning to Fly." It's freaking awesome.
Oh my God, that is awesome, Carlos. Thanks for sharing that on the webinar.
Oh, no problem. Like it's been getting me going, and I've actually been helping a friend. She's been getting over something, and I told her, hey, check out the video about the eagle, and it's helping her a lot.
Can you post that also for us to watch?
Yeah, I will.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carlos.
No
Hey,
problem.
I'm proud of you for going to the Saturday event, bro. Really proud of you.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited to go.
Awesome. I'll talk to you soon, bro.
All right, y'all take care.
Okay. All right. I want to give the final word to Randy and Viola Krebs. Mom, come up here. Come up here and
Oh, maybe I can't.
What was the highlight for you on the webinar?
Well, what I really like, Jared, is that you've been doing these laws on our webinar trainings, because we bought into the John C. Maxwell also. We bought this same series, and I think it's exactly what you say. It doesn't last. It's like taking a shower. So hearing it again over and over again is never too much. And I just really appreciate that you went over them, because obviously there's always parts that you learn. And I just encourage everyone to just keep up the personal development. I mean, obviously it keeps us moving, like going forward. And I just want to thank you for doing that, Jared. It was awesome.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Mom. All right. That concludes the webinar for tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Just remember, next Monday, we're going to have a very special guest. Please bring your guests, your prospects. If you have people that are considering starting a USANA business, or even clients that want to learn, Kate Northrup's going to be an amazing, amazing event. So I'm excited for next Monday, and I hope you guys have an awesome night. We're going to unmute the lines. Everybody say good night and God bless. Good night and God bless.
Good night and God bless, everybody.
Good night and God bless.
Okay, you need to stop.